Okay, hello, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't know if the sound is clear on this one. Hopefully it is. But I started to do this video and I think I had completed it, but the audio wasn't that great. But this video is entitled Black Love is Not About Supporting Predators. And so I'm just going to go into this whole concept of Black love. It's supposedly um, in the Black community about supporting one another and helping each other and sticking together as people, as a culture, and supporting your Black brothers and sisters. And so, at what point is there a line drawn when it comes to Black love? How do we extend ourselves to people whom, if they're in the wrong, if they're a predator or a pedophile or they need help, what do we do? Do we still love them or do we support them? What do we do in a situation like this? So, an article surfaced today on Yahoo, and I was looking at it. I found it rather interesting because Eric Badu is an R&B singer, and so this is what the article was entitled. So, the article came out today, and actually, I believe there's been a lot of buzz on Twitter and social media, and people are going crazy over this whole idea that Eric Badu reportedly defended R. Kelly at a concert, and fans aren't happy about it. And so it's pretty much a topic that's trending on Twitter. And some of the fans have reacted during a Chicago concert. So this is by Megan DeMaria. Okay, so here's Erica Badu pictured here. She's a very soulful singer. She usually has an eccentric way of wearing clothing and hairstyles, and she's been around for a while. So Erica is pictured up here, and this is what a picture of her in November. And there are upset fans with her comments on R. Kelly. Now, I personally think that Erica is a really beautiful singer. I like neo soul and R&B, and people thought also that R. Kelly's a good singer. I'll say he's a good singer, but his actions I don't support. I will say that straight off the bat. Um, I don't support people who are predators, who are pedophiles. However, I do feel that they need help and they need to get therapy and they need a lot of work. Nobody's perfect, but that doesn't mean I'm going to support somebody simply because they're the same culture or background. I'm not going to support them in their wrong. It's just like if your children do something wrong and you love them, but you don't support the wrong that they do. Um, I don't have a close connection with R. Kelly to say that I love him. I don't love him because I don't know him like that. I'm not related to him. So I'm just looking at from the standpoint as a person looking at the allegations that were made against him. So I'll go into this article, and so you be the judge of what you feel should have happened in this instance. So when fans went to see Erykah Badu in Chicago on Saturday, they probably didn't expect to hear that the singer defended R. Kelly, who has been accused of sexual abuse and multiple women during her concert. She defended him. At least that's what was seen by fans, some fans. So there's opposing sides on this issue. But according to the numerous sources on Twitter, that's exactly what happened. The Independent reports one person tweeted that Badu tried to justify and defend R. Kelly's actions and reputation during her set. So this is a Twitter comment. There's several Twitter comments. There's people who are against Erykah Badu, what they would assume that she defended the singer, the R&B singer, which they have him listed as a rapper. Or there are also people who are trying to clarify that maybe Erykah meant things in a different light rather than defending him. So this is by a Jacques, a Jacques, or a Jacques Marquez. I really want to say how much I love Erykah Badu's concert tonight, but I can't get over how she tried to justify it and defend R. Kelly's actions and reputation during her set. I'm so disappointed. Another person quoted Badu as saying at the event, "What if one person or one of the people who was assaulted by R. Kelly, now listen to this, becomes an offender? We're going to crucify them too." The same person noted that a number of people booed this singer, Erykah Badu, at that point, because a lot of people weren't feeling it. Of course, they weren't happy about her comments. I think personally she should have stayed away from it and not have said anything. So a person by the name of Boy Donovan, IG Boy Donovan, at Boy Donovan, what if one of the persons or one of the people who was assaulted by R. Kelly becomes an offender? We gonna crucify them too? Erykah Badu at her Chicago concert. So they basically quoted Erykah's words. So then they went on to say, she mentioned R. Kelly and we booed, and so she should have known the temp of the room then. So before I go to the next phase here of this article, I feel like maybe possibly that Erykah thought because she's in Chicago there were going to be a lot of more supporters of R. Kelly. That's a possibility. So it goes on to read, a different fan tweeted that Badu said that she is praying for him in hopes that he gets help, referring to R. Kelly. But that person said she didn't believe Badu was trying to justify or condone his actions. Erykah Badu brought that the R. Kelly is from Chicago. Okay, so everyone immediately started booing when she said his name, including me. So she said that she is praying for him in hopes that he gets help. So she did say that if one of the people he assaulted begins to attack others, will we crucify them as well? What I believe she was saying was that since R. Kelly was also a victim of sexual abuse and grew up to become a predator, he started a sick cycle and it's still going on today. And so that's true. Sometimes when people have been abused as children, what happens is they continue the cycle if they don't get any therapy or help. So it goes on to say that she wasn't trying to justify or condone his actions, but was saying that she hopes he gets help for his problem. That's what I took it from. This is by a Page the Plug. So the reports about the Chicago concert come after Badu shared several vague Instagram posts that fans speculated were about R. Kelly. The Independent pointed out that Badu seemed to confirm that she was referencing the allegations against the R&B singer, and they have him listed as a rapper. So when she responded to the fans' Instagram comments, so I love you until I realized you supported a rapist and a pedophile as your brother, the person wrote on Badu's Instagram. Correction, this is Badu's comment. Love has very little to do with supporting others' bad choices. Love is wisdom, Badu wrote back. The singer also reportedly declined to appear in the Lifetime's Surviving R. Kelly docuseries. Okay, and so here's Erykah's comment on Twitter, and this is the other person as well commenting on how he felt about Erykah's comments. Having eyes that can see all points of view is a blessing and a curse in the court of the public opinion. A mother. I see on both sides like Chanel. Okay, so that's Erykah Badu's comment. The comment by Cerulina. I love you until I realize you support a rapist and a pedophile as your brother. Correction, love has very little to do with supporting others' bad choices. Love is wisdom. And so some other people were asking her if she was pregnant, or I don't know if it was to Erykah. And then Erykah, I think she responded back. She said, I wish. Okay, so anyway, it goes on to say after the allegations against R. Kelly resurfaced in Surviving R. Kelly, reports emerged that Sony Music has parted their ways from the R&B singer, and there are numerous allegations of sexual abuse and misconduct against R. Kelly, including multiple allegations of sexual assault. And for Kelly's part, it says his attorney said that the Dateline special accused the R. Kelly story that all of these women are lying. That's what R. Kelly is standing by his comments. So whatever Badu's intentions were in the reported comments at her concert, plenty of fans were happy. They were not happy about how things went. So here's another person, Hefty Dag Shorty. Okay, Erica Badu really don't like black women as she pretends she does. Okay, some other people commenting. It hurts me to say this. Erica Badu is canceled. She's an R. Kelly supporter. Another commenter by you. Erica Badu is ruining her legacy over R. Kelly. What a fucking joke. George M. Johnson, your reminder to unfollow R. Kelly and Erica Badu unless you support it. Then let us know so we can unfollow you. Wow, that's pretty deep. Miles E. Johnson, I really don't want to believe Erica is sacrificing her music legacy for R. Kelly. I don't. I don't. Everyone has their ignorance and places that deeply disappoint me, including my favorite artist and myself, but supporting child predators is a nefarious thing to do. Wow, that says a lot. Badu hasn't addressed the backlash on Twitter. So backlash is rampant on Twitter about Erica at that concert and the comments she made that some people perceive to be defending R. Kelly, and a lot of people are not having it, even her fans, which may not be her fans for too long. So, what do you think about this? What are your comments and feedback about this whole debacle and this whole debate on the R. Kelly situation? And, a lot of people have a lot to say about these issues because, two, I've heard on social media that buzz going around that Charlemagne the God, he actually was in the docuseries on Lifetime for surviving R. Kelly, and a lot of people weren't happy about that. They feel that he should also be prosecuted for his acts of sexual misconduct and in that rape incident with the young lady. And I don't know if you know, how it went after that. All I know is that there's a lot of videos surfacing about him because they feel that he had the audacity to be in that um, docuseries, and he's trying to paint himself as this rebranding of himself as this model guy that he supports black women. And a lot of people that have commented have said that he's not in support of black women. So that brings me to this title here, Black Love. And what boundaries should black love be? Should it be this blinded black love where we support predators and pedophiles and rape culture? Or should we have common sense, and should it be more about supporting people who are supporting you as a person, as your goals and ambitions, and they're doing the right thing at the same time? They're not hurting people, they're not out being a predator, they're not raping women and mistreating black women and making a bunch of videos about how they hate black women and how they'll date women outside of their race, because there's a lot of that on social media. So at what boundaries do people have in this black love thing? And so that's the thing that I really will say honestly, that I have boundaries when it comes to that. I feel like this. If you're a pedophile, if you're a rapist, if you are a person that has deep hate for black females, and you feel some type of way, you feel like you got to be violent and you got to make multiple videos about how you date outside the race, not because you just prefer to date different women of different backgrounds. You don't have to make videos about that. You just live your life the way you live your life. But when you make videos that's in reference to black women to be evil, to be mean, to be deceitful and hateful towards people of your own culture, simply because maybe you had a series of bad relationships, or you had a bad child upbringing, or you experienced some type of trauma in some type of way and it involved a black woman, such as R. Kelly. From what I heard, he had experienced some horrible childhood abuse that was sexually involved. And so the cycle tends to go on. And so that might be, as what I'm getting at, is why he treats the women that he's been with the way they are being treated, the ones that are coming forward. So, at what boundaries do we have? Some people will even add religion into it, where they, support religion blindly, and they also support predators blindly. There's no common sense. It's just about faith. It's just about forgiving your enemies, or forgiving people and having all this forgiveness when this person has no empathy, no sympathy for you, and no remorse. They don't have any feelings towards helping you succeed in life. They don't love you back. They don't support you back. And there's been a lot of heated discussions on social media about how a lot of Black women who have also faced racism, they've also been abused, they've been hypersexualized or demonized in the media. There's been some incidents where some Black women have gone missing. You don't see an outcry or outpour for these women as you do for women that are white or women that are not Black. There's all this outcry of a community to look and search for white women when they're missing or when they've been abused, and support. But you, some Black women feel that the same support is not given to them in their communities. Yet you have Black women who will rally around Black males. They support them, they feed them, they love them, they care for them. At least they try to extend whatever powers that be that they have as a community to stick together. But yet, the long heated debate is that it isn't given back to Black females. There's no rally cry, there's no support when Black females are harmed by the police and gunned down or mistreated through racism. And that oftentimes Black love is actually a fallacy, that it is not what people really claim it to be. It's, scratch my back and I'll scratch your back, but I'm really not in support of you. I'm really not in support of you. I only am in support of you if you do something for me. But if you don't do anything for me, I'm just going to use you. I don't care about you. I don't really support you in your efforts. So a lot of heated discussions back and forth, a lot of videos on social media have surfaced about Charlemagne the God and his position and how he has treated Black females, that he's very hateful, and he's trying to rebrand himself. And now Erykah Badu has put herself in the mix, even though she tried to keep herself out of the situation by not doing the docu-series on R. Kelly, Surviving R. Kelly. She's included herself in the mess. She could jeopardize her career, possibly. People are not happy about her comments. What do you think? Should she have stayed away from this all together entirely? Just go do the show, the concert, don't talk about this issue? I personally think she should have stayed away from it. She should not have made any comments about it at all, especially until you find out the end result of the situation. Stay away from it, because if you're a high profile entertainer, R&B singer, and you have a lot of following, you could lose a lot of following. You could ruin your legacy. You could ruin your career, possibly, by making comments. This is a culture of people now, a generation of people who they're watching, even the entertainers on down to the people who are actors, the people who are politicians. Everything you say and do, if you're a person that is high profile, if you're a music artist, if you're an actress, an actor, if you're an entertainer, a politician, if you're a governor, if you're a mayor, a president, whatever, people are watching, they're looking, they're hinging on your comments, and they want to know, okay, why did you say this? For what reason? Because if they're going to support your efforts and what you're doing, they want to know they're supporting somebody that is worth supporting. So what do you think about this whole thing? Should Erykah have stayed away from this? I believe she should have. But however, what do you think? Was Erykah supporting R. Kelly? Was she defending him? Or was she just merely making comments based on whether she felt that maybe we should love a person and look at the person's situation and say, have some empathy for them that they need therapy, or should we just leave the person alone altogether? Because it is said that R. Kelly is denying all of the allegations, even though more than several women have come forward and complained, and they have gone to court and they have lawyers that are against R. Kelly and his actions of sexual abuse and misconduct. So, what are your thoughts and feedback? Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for listening. Please feel free to leave a comment on this issue. What do you think? Is this black love thing gone out of hand, gone too far? Should we support predators, pedophiles? I don't think so. But what do you feel about this? Thanks for listening.